Yep, we're doing this. Hey there, everybody. It's me, Sushi Slayer, and this is a new one. All right. Now, a friend of mine, back when I was still streaming Elden Ring, I don't know how he did it, but he somehow managed to convince me to do an and get this, an Elden Ring Waifu tier list. I know that the sound of that sounds so wrong, yet all of you seem to want this, so I mean, I'm not even gonna question it. So yeah, we're gonna be rating all the female characters from Elden Ring, starting from letter D to S. I'm guessing S is just like the best one. So yeah, I mean, we'll see how it goes, and this is basically my honest opinion on the characters themselves, like overall in general. So yeah, just keep that in mind. Now, please be sure to like and subscribe after watching this video, cause like it may, if even if it sounds like I'm enjoying myself, I can't really say that I'm very proud of this video. so yeah, let's start. All right, first one we're going to be rating is Enya. All right, you know, the woman at the round table hold. Now, Enya herself, she is, well, pretty much the only time you see her is at the round table hold. I mean, she's got like there's multiple versions of her, she has multiple relatives that are the same as her, finger readers. But I guess out of all of them, she was the most special one. Now, I guess what bothers me the most is that how she has no eyes, and how they're always like, all of them, they're all just hunchback, and it really disturbs me in a way, you know? Like, I don't really like that. I mean, I don't know what happened for that to I don't know. It's just really weird. And not only that, she's got like that cane of sorts, and what was it? Were those like miniature skulls on it? I'm not sure. And I think she had like 3 hands. So I'm gonna have to give her like a solid C on that one. I'm sorry. Okay. Next up, we got Fia, the deathbed companion. Yeah, hooray for Fia. Alright, Fia is just that one character that everybody likes. And like, no matter what, they're always going to exhaust her dialogue, you know? Because they want to see if she has something really special to say. Now, I'm pretty sure the only thing she's good for is like that Baldwin's blessing. I'm pretty sure it increases your posse. And yeah, so you don't like get staggered easily. Now, I'm thinking of giving her an A, but here's the thing: she pretty much killed a friend of mine. If you can remember, she killed Dee's brother. I know somebody's going to comment on that soon, but yeah, she pretty much killed Darius. She killed Darius because apparently in support she supported Godwin's revival. Like, the Godwin, first demigod to be killed, and she wanted to be his deathbed companion and bear his children. It was pretty messed up on what she did, but hey, what are you gonna do? Now, should you get a pretty good reward out of it? Like, if you go through her entire quest line, then you're gonna get like, I mean, not only are you gonna get her rune, but you're also gonna get like a remembrance of like the Lich Dragon. Now, keep in mind, but the only way you can do that is if like you give her like the curse mark of death, and then eventually she falls asleep. Then you just gotta like invade her dreams somehow. I mean, I don't even know how that works, but like, honestly, since we're tarnished and we pretty much came back from the dead, I don't know, maybe that's just some special ability we had, so we can go into other people's dreams, but it's weird. So, honestly, all I can really say is for Fia, we're gonna give her a B. And not just and like, I feel like if at some point she would have taken like her entire hood off, she probably would have been an A. But no, that's not the case. Alright, Hayata. Alright, we're doing Hayata. Now Hayata, she's man, I have a lot to say about Hayata. She's a unique one, all right, but in a way, but also she's a cannibal too, so that really creeps me out. Now, yeah, because look, guys, for her quest line, she wants to eat like these she wants to eat like these finger grapes or shabriri grapes, so she can see the great blessing of guidance, the guidance of grace, because she wants to be a finger maiden. And little does she know, and little do we know, those grapes she's been eating, those weren't grapes, those were eyeballs. And she doesn't even realize that until eventually we tell her. And then I guess she just accepts the truth, and she's like, all right, I want you to get me this specific one. I'm like, what? So that's really weird. And you know what's ironic about Hayata is that she herself is blind. Or, well, I guess she's not really blind, but like she has weak eyesight. That's pretty much what it is. But overall, she's pretty much blind, and she's following her gut instinct or the guidance of grace. Because apparently, every time she eats those eyeballs, not grapes, she can faintly feel it, and then just goes about. And eventually, the more you continue on in her side quest, things get crazy. I mean, I don't know how, but she ends up in an area where, like, if you want to go for the frenzy flame ending, she convinces you to do so. And I want to say, like, she tricked you in a way, because, like, if you do this, then you can save this person, that, and yeah, you do save that person, Melina, but in the end, Melina's gonna kill you, so it sucks. So it's pretty bad. And like, she wants you to become like the Lord of Frenzy Flame, and then right the moment she just like finishes what she's saying, she pretty much just lights up and she just bursts into flames. It's horrible. I mean, I don't even know what to say. Like, I'm very surprised by how that just plays out. I mean, and not only that, her side quest itself, it's really, really annoying, because it's like you find her this one time, but as soon as you talk to her and her so-called story just like continues on, you have no idea where she goes to next. Like, you're not even given any like context clues or anything. Like, no. She just disappears, and like, if you need to have like a lot of patience and really explore like every single place, even like areas that like you would least expect her to be in. It's like that. And for those players who just don't have like the patience for that, they just give up easily. It's same thing for like the Hoslo quest. But we're getting off topic. So, with that reason, I'm going to have to give her a solid D. Not because of her looks, not because of not because of her looks, but because she eats eyeballs. That's disgusting, cannibalism. And not only that, her side quest itself is hard to find, and it's annoying, and I hate that. Alright, next up is Arena. Now listen up. Hang on, you can't really see her face, so I'm gonna... There we go, Arena. Now, here's the thing. I'm pretty sure the developers of Elden Ring, they used the same model. Because not only does Arena look like Hayata, but pretty much they just slapped on two different clothes on the same model, and then they just gave them different stories. So Arena is like the daughter of a lord. Yeah, the daughter of like another Tarnished who's like in control, or like a commander of a fort, and he wanted to fulfill his duties even if it cost him his life. So she just asks us to go save her father, and so we do that. And then we tell the father we deliver a letter that she gives us to the father, and the father himself, he's like, oh, I see, but however I can't leave yet because the enemy is taking this sacred relic. And then pretty much it's a boss, and you gotta kill him. And then you win eventually, and then he's like, alright, I'll make my leave and I'll make it back to my daughter. And so, pretty much go back to the place where Arena was, and guess what? Apparently, those the creatures from like the fort that you go to with the father, they pretty much killed her, and they leave their weapon as like a calling sign, something like that. And the father, he's just in disbelief, and he's like, he wants revenge. He's like, how could I have let this happen? It's because of me. It's all my fault. And he's like, oh, I'm gonna kill every single one of them. And then eventually he turns into like a foul finger, and you gotta kill him in the end. It's pretty sad. And Arena, she's gone too soon, but she didn't really have that much. I mean, she was just like a fill-in kind of character. Nothing really else like important. I mean, there could have been a possibility they could have like expanded on her thing should she have lived, but I guess we'll never know because, well, they decided to kill her off very quickly. With that, I'm gonna go ahead and give her, let's see, I'm gonna give her a C, because like the story itself, it's sad. I'm impressed, but it's like I feel like that was to be expected because Elden Ring, it's like an open world exploration map, and the fact that they used the same model, I'm pretty sure they used the same model. I mean, come on, they look the same, just in different clothes. Alright, next one. Latina. Yeah, Latina. Latina is just... Alright, the story of Latina. She is the last of the Albinarics. Well, I mean, at least the last of the sane Albinarics. I mean, everybody else, they just went insane. Now, she pretty much... For her quest line, you gotta just find this you just gotta find this cave dungeon, complete through it, and then eventually you get led to the shack that's behind the cave. And she's there with her dead wolf, and apparently she had like one of the medallions that leads to the Halig tree. Of course, when you want to fight Melania. Good luck with that. Now, she gave the first half to Sir Gideon Ofnir, yes. And but it still, even after doing that, I'm pretty sure Gideon killed her wolf first, and then eventually she gave it to him. And then we convinced her that we're on her side in a way by showing her like the other half, and she was like, or like the other half of like this secret medallion that leads to the Halig tree. That's what I meant. She's like, oh, alright, I guess I'll trust you. I'll go ahead and guide the way. And so she pretty much becomes like a spirit ash. And then we're just continuing our adventure until eventually we make it to the land of the giants, or like the frozen area. But in the frozen area, before you can even use the lift up, you can actually use like a secret medallion. I'm pretty sure the other half's going to be in Castle Sol, and you get an option, and it brings you to the other side of the frozen map. Because the frozen part of the map, it's split into two sections. One is like where you're supposed to go because you need to kill the fire giant. The second one is like it's leading to the Halig tree, but you need like a special medallion to do that, and you got to find the pieces still. And it's pretty much a long storyline. And then eventually she leads you to like a church or like a city area, something like that. And you enter an Everjail, and you just gotta light these 4 flames, right? And then there's a portal that activates like at the top of stairs, pretty much at the edge of the cliff of the town. You enter it, and what do you know? You're at the Halig tree. Now, how you conclude her quest? There's like this church you gotta go to, and by the church, there's like that walking monumental. But it's the one that shoots like the giant lasers. So that one is pretty much dangerous. Yeah, there's other ones where like the other walking monumentals, some of them jump, and then some of them honestly, the closest one is just they just jump, and walking itself, it's like that's already a dangerous hazard already. But we're getting off topic again. So pretty much once you get into this church, you find her sister. They're like a big version of the Albernarchs, and it's their towering sister, yeah. And you have the option, and then you have the ability to summon Latina, and then Latina's just like by her tall sister, and she's just saying like, "You are our last hope. You will bring honor and just perseverance to our tribe, or group, whatever." And with that, she's pretty much content, and so she's like, "Alright, everything for me is done. I'm gonna continue to fight by his side, and when you're done, just go ahead and lay me to rest next to my wolf, and that'll be it." So yeah, pretty emotional there. Pretty emotional. She has identical sisters and twins, all of which they have their own wolves. And let me tell you, even though they're crippled, because they are crippled, that's why they have wolves, because the wolves help them get around. Even though they're crippled, their aim is impeccable. It's phenomenal. It's crazy. Like, shoot, all they gotta do is shoot arrows, and the arrows just curve at you. I mean, they're that good at shooting arrows. And not just because they're, well, probably mostly because they're magical arrows, but you get the point. They're just crazy. So I'm gonna give her a, it's hard to think, because she already has like, I'm gonna give her a B, you know, because she deserves that. All right. Next up, oh boy, no, not Millicent, not yet. Melina. Oh man, do I have some negative things to say about you. Okay. Alright, fellas, hear me out. Just like every other Soulsborne game, there's always gonna be that one character that pretty much helps you level up and or talk to, and just in case you want some lore to the story, you know? There's always gonna be that one person. Dark Souls, that maiden. I haven't played Dark Souls yet, but I'm going to play after I play Sekiro, and then after I beat Sekiro, I might eventually live stream that, but that's not going to be until the far future. Because I still gotta stream God of War and Demon Souls, because now that I have a lot more, like, subscribers, you guys are going to be what? You know, what am I doing? I'm getting off topic. This is a tier list. Stop talking about yourself. Look, Melina, she's that one character, alright? But let me tell you, she does not do a good job at doing that. I mean, look, for starters, she just appears out of nowhere, and she's like, "Alright, I want to make a deal with you. Bring me to the tree, and I'll level you, I'll help you level up." I can't even find the words. Oh, shoot, what the heck? Sorry about that. I can't even find the words to just describe my disappointment with her, because, you know, in every Soulsborne game, the character that helps you level up and or you can talk to, they're pretty much there whenever you want them to be, 24/7. For Melina, she's like, she talks to you once, and then she just bounces for the entire game until you reach like a Church of America and or a special event based on, depending on a character. Bach. But look, that's pretty much all she's good for. I mean, she gives you Torrent, that's pretty cool. However, it's just that's the only good thing she does. And then, eventually, when you reach Landau, she pounces on you like, "Oh, okay, this is where I'm gonna leave you now, goodbye." She ditches you. And then eventually, you can summon her for a battle, like when you're fighting Morgoth. And that's pretty much the only time she actually helps you in a fight, or just help you in general, besides leveling you up. And she can pull some pretty, like, nasty moves as well. I mean, when you fight Margit, apparently she's like, "Oh, I've been testing you. I just wanted to see if you were, like, the real deal." I'm like, "Are you kidding me?" It's a little messed up, you know? And overall, she does not. She is just gone. I don't even know where she goes, like, after you talk to her. Like, I don't know. She just went to Australia, or went on a nice vacation, I don't know, to Los Angeles or something. All I'm saying is she bounced, and then as soon as the time came, she pretty much killed herself by burning herself alive just to teleport me somewhere. I mean, thanks, but like, was that really necessary? And she was also just a little rude too. I mean, because she's like, "Oh, my mother gave me a purpose, but I'm not allowed to. I'm not allowed to tell anyone, or I'm not gonna tell anybody my purpose, not even you. Because if I tell you, I'm gonna blah 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 blah." It's not exactly a threat, but like, come on, we've been. I mean, I think it's only fair because I'm bringing you to the Erd Tree, and so don't I at least have the right to know a little more about you, on like how you became a finger maiden, or like why you have that curse mark of death? Like, I don't know, shoot. So with that, out of all the Soulsborne game helpers, you know what I'm referring to, I'm gonna have to give her a D. If there was an F, I would put her in the F column, but I can only do D, so we're gonna have to put her in D for now. And I'm telling you, I'm pretty sure she deserves the D, because she was gone for most of the time, and that really disappoints me, you know? I thought it would be something like Bloodborne, or like Demon Souls, but even better, you know? But apparently they just couldn't do that. So that's what disappoints me. Alright, Nefeli-Lu. Alright. Nefeli-Lu. Somewhat a tragic story, but not quite. Her father was Oralu. He's pretty much the guy we have to beat after we like really really set the Erd Tree on fire. It's to the point where it's just like smoldering red, and Liondel's just all in ruins. But Nefeli-Lu, she's pretty much, there's nothing much more to her, but that she's a barbarian warrior. But you know what? She is pretty cool, and she helps us out for the first part. You know, like, she helps us out with the Godric battle. And the more you progress into her storyline, she pretty much just helps you out in the end. She helps you fight her own father. Because her own father, apparently, he abandoned her. And honestly, guys, to abandon your own child, that is like messed up. That's like a sin that you can never let go. That a sin that can never be forgiven, not even by God. But who am I to talk? I'm not questioning your religion. I'm just saying it's messed up. And then Sir Gideon, he took her in as her foster father. But what do you know? Sooner or later, he like abandons her as well, or like he disowns her pretty much. And it's just so sad to see her like that, in such a state, that to help her out, we go back to like that beginning tutorial area. And like, if you haven't killed like that boss that killed you in the tutorial area, oh man, you're gonna get a revenge of a lifetime, because like now that you're all stacked up, you're ready to get revenge on that guy. It's gonna be great. But anyways, we get whether you kill the grafted scion or not, pretty much you go back to that church that you go to, and there was a door that was locked in the tutorial area that you couldn't access before, but now it's open. So now you can go in there, and I believe there should be a chest, and in that chest should be a Stormhawk, the ashes of a Stormhawk king. And then you give it to Nefeli, and it reminds her back in her younger days when she used to own a hawk, you know, like a pet, something like that. And then eventually, you know, when you're burning down the Erd Tree, and then you set the old tree, you make it so the Erd Tree is just smoldering in flames. That's when Gideon and just Nefeli leave. But then Nefeli, you wonder where she goes. But instead, she decides to she goes back to the Stormvale Castle where we defeated Godric, and she decides I'm going to lead this nation. I'm going to uphold the history of it. So I'll be the leader. And she anoints Sir Kennedy. He's another NPC that we help, and he's like, all right, I'm going to raise you to knighthood, but he fails because his fort is in shambles. He's her advisor. And then she's also got Gostak. He's a victim of the grafting and really hates Godric, but eventually somehow becomes her manager, or the manager of the goods and stuff. And the fella's just thank you for everything. If you need help in the end, please summon upon me, and I will aid you in your battle. But for now, I know what I have to do. but all that is left is like, what do you have to do now? So you've helped her out. So when the time comes when you need her aid, she's there for you. And she is like, she's great, you know. I mean, I'm pretty sure. I don't know, cause like, I'm not sure if she doesn't, cause when we fight Aura Lu, she doesn't know. Like even after we get to like phase 2, when we get to Aura Lu, because at the first phase, apparently, I don't understand how it works. Sir Godfrey the First Elden Lord, apparently he possessed, like what? How does it work? He possessed like Aura Lu for the first part, and then eventually afterwards, when he gets rid of him, it's Aura Lu now. Or maybe they were the same person. I don't know. Look, I'm getting off topic again. All I can say is I'm giving the filly an A, you know? Because, like, she had it all, but then she lost it. But then we helped her get back on her feet. And then she became something even greater. So that's what I like. Alright. Millicent. Actually, you know what? We're going to hold off on Millicent. Because that one's a little special. That's a special one for me. Renala. Alright, we're doing Renala. Alright, so here's the story of Renala. Renala was the soon-to-be wife of Lord Radigan. And Lord Radigan gave her the gift of, like, what was it, a rebirthing egg? Like, you know that crystal egg she's always holding? And you can just rebirth yourself, you know, just change your stats up a bit and change your status. It's pretty much what it is. And Radigan leaves her for America. I don't know why he would do that. I mean, you had everything. I mean, shoot, you gave her your fox. You left her with the fox, which eventually you kill. So it's even more messed up and sad. But her case is pretty tragic. So she's just left. As soon as he leaves Renala, I'm going to guess that she's so heartbroken that she's just left in her own hysteria, because her mind itself is just broken. You know, she's not who she used to be anymore. And so we're pretty much fighting her, and then eventually at some point something happens, and then she just returns to like back in her fighting days. I mean, we still kill her. We still beat her though at her own game, but she's just left there sitting in utter silence, holding on to the egg that Ladigan has left her, and it's not much to say. It's pretty tragic. Furthermore, what's up with that haircut though? Or no, that's not her hair. That's just like, where's the hair? I don't know. I'm not even thinking anymore, because like I don't really have much to say about her. I mean, she has a daughter, Ronnie, or she had 2 daughters. Or no, Ronnie and Rena was the one, because Ronnie disguised herself like, oh, I'm Rena, but she was actually Ronnie. No. She probably had 2 daughters. Something probably happened to Rena. I don't know what the heck happened, but she's just not there anymore. And so it's just Ronnie left, her only daughter. You're going into the you get a B, you know, for your tragedy. Okay, all you Ronnie fans, get ready for my opinion on this. Okay, Ronnie, she was formerly an Empyrean, alright? But then she decided, I don't want to die, something like that. And so she sheds her human form and takes possession of the body of a doll that apparently has the body of a doll, because she's a witch apparently, and a doll that has like 4 arms, but yet many cracks, and quite strange. I mean, I don't know why you would do that. And she was she commanded, I believe, she was responsible for like the night of the assassination of Godwin, of the what were their names? The Black Knives, the Night of the Black Knives, when they took Godwin's life. I believe that's what it is, because that's also part of Rogier's story. Now, okay, Ronnie, she has a complex story, or a storyline, questline that eventually leads to a unique ending with her. So here's how it goes. You talk to Rogier first, learn the information, and then you confront Ronnie about it. Nothing changes, but she pretty much sends you away. And then Rogier, he's just like, he has a plan. He's like, convince her to do this, blah blah blah, this and that, and then you'll be able to gain her trust, and then you'll learn more about her. So that's pretty much what we do. That's pretty much what we do. If you don't talk to Rogier and you go to her straightly, she doesn't know who you are. Well, okay, cause she asks you, cause when you start Elden Ring, like no new game plus, she pretty much meets you at like the church where Kale is, the merchant, and she's giving you all like the summoning spirit ashes, to help you in your aid. And I'm sorry, I'm finding words to describe Ronnie right now. I mean, she's a blue doll. You discarded your human body for a doll, just so you could live forever. But eventually, you're gonna go down a dark path, according to like a troll wearing a helmet, and like a werewolf. I mean, shoot. I'm getting off topic. Look, if you talk to her without speaking to Rogier first, she's like, oh, you're a new one. I've never seen you here before. I didn't invite you. Who are you? And then you just like, you have no idea. And she's like, you want to enter my service? And I'm like, oh yeah, sure. And then you continue her quest line. I'm trying to remember how it goes. Okay. So the Wheels of Fate. Eventually, Ronnie has to do something, but it's preventing her from doing it because... Shoot, come on, why do you keep forgetting names? Because General Radon, he controls the stars, and Ronnie's thing, whatever she had to do, it involved the stars, but she couldn't do it because Radon had a hold of it. And so we have to tell Blythe... Okay, I got it all messed up, alright? We have to find Nocron, and we gotta do it with Blythe. And then we share the information to Blythe about, we gotta kill Radon. And so that's what we gotta do. Now, okay, this is taking too long. Just summarize it quickly. We gotta kill Radon, alright? So we can continue her quest line. And then eventually she leaves, and then you can pursue her because sooner or later, Rena's Rise, because there are 3 towers. Rena's Rise, you can enter it now because it's open, and then there's like a portal at the very top, and it just sends you somewhere. And then eventually you find like the little Ronnie doll, and she disguises herself as that. And now you gotta help Ronnie one more time because you gotta kill like Blythe's like evil shadow. And well, after you do that, she gives you a key that you can open in a chest where you fight Renala, and then she just disappears forever, or so it seems. And obviously, Blythe is like extremely upset, and not only that, he's been stabbed by like black knives, so he goes into a frenzy and can't recognize us anymore, so we have to kill him. And then we tell like the war counselor, the big ogre troll thing, what happens, and he's like, I'll be joining him soon. And then eventually, if you reload the area, you see the big giant troll. He's dead, covered in black flames, with dead black knives around him. So it's pretty tragic. Now, you're pretty much in like this swampy area, this horrid, like scarlet rot riverbed underneath the world, underneath the land. and eventually you come across like this coffin that you gotta ride into, and then you make it to this one area where you have to kill Estelle, like an unordinary being of like it's like a giant butterfly, but but it has a human skull for a helmet, or like a troll helmet. I don't know. And this is taking too long to explain. So look, you kill the butterfly, all right, and then it brings you up to to an area that you haven't been able to have access yet to, but eventually you do. And then you go to a church, and in that church, there's a little hole that you can enter, and you find Ronnie's doll body. And then, because in the chest, there's a moon ring in there, and then you put the moon ring on Ronnie, and what do you call it? You pretty much marry her. You pretty much marry a witch. I don't know how else I can say that. You marry the witch, and she's like, when you kill Radigan, just summon me, and I'll take care of the rest. And she plunges the world under the dark full moon. Yeah, that was not a really good summary, but look, just to help you realize, I'm giving her an A. Okay. This is probably gonna enrage you fans, but like, I don't care. This is my opinion. Roderica. Alright, Roderica. Originally, she was supposed to be a part of the grafting that Godric wanted. Because with all the men that she came with, they were grafted. I mean, their limbs torn off and, like, connected to the spider, or, like, the grafted scion. Like, what is with this grafting? Like, honestly, that's a little messed up. Like, I really hope something like that didn't actually exist in this real world we live in. Like, grafting itself, you rip off other people's limbs and attach it to something else that's not of this world. That's horrible. And eventually she's lost all purpose. She's discouraged, and then she gives you like a summoning spirit, and you do what she asks. She asks you to, like, can you give like the little chrysalids a message for me, tell them that I love them. And so I don't know what you do, but eventually you do. And then soon you can find her in the round table hold, and she's just like, man, I have no purpose in this life. And then the blacksmith there, Master Hugh, Blacksmith Hugh, he's like, she has the potential to tune spirits. And then you tell her the news, and eventually she becomes like a spirit tuner, and then she levels up your spirits, and it's pretty cool. Now, and that's pretty much all she does, because she never leaves the round table hold. So you just gotta make sure you unlock her. I mean, there's no way you can miss her, because you have to unlock her anyways. There's no way that she can't be unlocked. Well, you have to unlock her anyways, just so it's easier for you. And she remains loyal to Master Hugh, because Master Hugh teaches him, because eventually we persuade him to teaching her, and it's great. And when the Erd Tree is burning down, and then the round table's collapsing, she doesn't want to leave. She doesn't want to, she wants to stay by Master Hugh until, eventually when the thing comes collapsing down or whatever, she'll die with him, because he gave her meaning, and that was enough for her. Yeah, that's an A. Alright. Actually, No, okay. Okay. Selin. Not much can be said about her. Alright, so I'm gonna try, though. I'm gonna see if I can remember, because it's been a while since I did her quest line. Selin, she was an original member of the Glintstone Academy in Rea Lucaria, but she was exiled because, for wanting to revive, the old Glintstone magic ways. And we're pretty much on a fetch quest for her, or something like that. And eventually we gain enough of her trust, and she's like, "Hey, I want you to find the two. I want you to find the two like masters of the primal glintstone, like arts. They'll show you the way, and you eventually find them. One is just in the open world. Because eventually you're going to run into him no matter what. And the other one, he's in a dungeon, in a cave dungeon, a crystal cave dungeon, and you need like a special key to get to him. And then as soon as you do that, she's like, "All right, can I tell you the truth? The way you're seeing me right now, this is actually a hologram. My real self is actually trapped in a dungeon. So I need you to come and rescue me." So apparently, yeah, we've been talking to a hologram this whole time. I think. I don't know. And so we find her, and she's like, "We can't exactly do anything." So she says, "I want you to take my soul, so that no matter what, even if I were to die, this body, my soul will live on, and eventually I'll be able to come back again in another body, and I'll still be the same person, but it'll take some time. So pretty much just hold on to my thing until that happens." And so you do that, and you're carrying her soul. And then if you reload the area, you find like old man Jaren, the man who hosts like the festival of like killing Radon. He's just like, "Oh, I didn't think I'd see you here. I've been hunting her down for like a while now, and yeah, it was her time to go. But apparently, her soul or heart is missing, so she's gonna be coming back real soon. So I gotta prepare for that." And little does he know that we are carrying the heart, so we pretty much say nothing. I mean, shoot, the only sounds our characters can make are like when we're in pain, and that's it. We don't exactly talk. But yeah, but she wasn't really she wasn't really that interesting, you know. I didn't really like her that much. I'm gonna have to give her a C. I'm sorry. And you know what? I'm gonna change Roderica from an A to an S. Not because and I'm doing this because, in the end, like she could have left, you know, when the round table was burning up in the crisp. But she's like, "Nah, I'm gonna stay with the man that gave me purpose in my life until we die together," you know. So that was bittersweet, heartwarming. That's pretty much her downfall. Lady Tanith. Ugh. Okay. She is the mother, or the adoptive mother of Raya, this fellow right here. And she runs the Volcano Manor. And now how the Volcano Manor works is that everybody that works in the manor, they're known as rescucents. Pretty much people who invade other people, who like kill the fellow tarnished themselves, you know? Pretty much invading players like that. That's what they do. And then eventually you're just in a quest line. You're just in a quest of killing these random NPC tarnished warriors and stuff all across the map. And eventually, because you gotta kill like 3 of them, and then she's like, "All right, we're gonna give you a special passage. We're gonna let you see like our master," and that's Praetor Record. Because Record, he himself let him get killed by a snake, but then he became part of the snake. I don't know how that works, but yeah. And so she teleports you to Praetor Record. But then again, you don't have to do a quest line. You can actually do the City of Snakes, and you can still make it to Praetor Record. But if you wanted to do it that way, so you don't have to go through the city, then I guess that's fine. But like, I'm gonna tell you, like the 3rd mission, when you have to kill like the 3rd fellow tarnished, he's like the brother of like the Hoslos. Diablo. He's the brother of Diablo Hoslo, and he's a pretty tough one to take down because he has the Bloodhound stepped. So honestly, all I can say is make sure you got a shield on you and you roll a lot, because there's no telling what that man's gonna do next, you know. I'm getting off topic again. Shoot. Okay, so you meet Praetor Record, and then you kill him. Alright? And that messes everything up for the Volcano Manor. And she's like, oh, wait, you killed him? Alright, I guess I have no choice but to disband the Volcano Manor. And so, shoot. And then everybody's gone. And then if you go back to the arena with Praetor Rykard, you can see her there just worshipping, like, the carcass of what's left of Rykard. Because how the heck did he survive? Because, like, every time you kill a boss in Elden Ring, they tend to explode into a million particles. And I don't know how that didn't work for Rykard. I mean, I guess Morgoth's an exception, because as soon as you defeated him, he got reduced into, like, a shriveled up body. So that was interesting. Tannis, she's just there, and she just stays there for the rest of the time. Now, you do have an option to kill her, but once you do kill her, her Crucible Knight bodyguard is going to get summoned in and is going to attempt to kill you, and so be prepared for that. And if you do kill the guard, you get something special. I think you get a Crucible skill, or like the armor set. I don't know. It was a really good item. So, be prepared for that. Like, as soon as you kill Tanith, there's no getting out of it. Because the Blackguard, or like the Crucible Knight, it pretty much invades you like a player, so there's no teleporting away. You either beat him or you don't. I don't know what happens if you don't beat him. You probably get summoned again in the area, and then you're not allowed to leave until you kill him. I don't know how it works, alright? Tanith, I'm sorry, but I'm gonna have to give you a C. Because it's kind of sad. Oh, wait, not only that, I'm also putting her in the C because eventually she learns that her daughter Raya, which we'll talk soon about, is Raya learns the truth about herself, and her mom is like, ignorance is bliss, so I want you to give her this potion that makes her to forget everything. That's a little messed up, you know? You can't keep them in ignorance forever, you know? No matter how painful the truth is. That's a little messed up on how you would just erase her mind like that. No, you don't do that. That's wrong. Speaking of which, Raya. We're talking about Raya next. This is going to be a really long video to edit, but I'm keeping in all the words I'm saying. I'm just going to add like a bunch of images or something. Just give me a second. I've been talking a lot. Just need a quick breather. We got like 3 more, so don't worry. Okay, Raya. She is the daughter of Tanith, but she is also secretly no, I'm not ready to vote yet. She's also secretly a snake person. So we meet Raya eventually outside, like around the area of Raya Lucaria, like outside the academy. And then she's just like, some dude stole something from me. Can you go fetch it? And eventually we get her thing back, and she's like, man, you're a really nice person. I want you to come to this Volcano Manor, and hopefully I can see you there. You know? So yeah. And so eventually we make it to Volcano Manor. And we make it to Volcano Manor. We find her there, and she's just like, welcome to Volcano Manor. So we're so happy that you could join us, you know? And then there's nothing much more to her. But then eventually you see her in her true snake form. And it can be a little surprising, but doesn't really make a difference. And then sooner or later, she learns the truth about herself because she goes searching, and she's just like, oh, it's you. Yeah, apparently I'm actually a curse, so yeah, this sucks. I want you to kill me. I can't bear to live with this. And that pretty much connects with 10 with the forgetful potion. So you can either go against her wishes and convince Raya to drink the potion, or like trigger her into drinking the potion, and or you can fulfill her like request and just kill her outright, you know? Because, well, it's what she wants. So you get to be in the A or B area. Okay, Millennia. Actually, no, I'm saving you for shoot. Who should I do, Millicent or Millennia? Okay, I'm gonna close my eyes really quick, and I'm gonna go left and right, and whoever I pick, I'm going to do them. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, I guess we're doing Millicent. Millicent. Okay, here we go. Her quest line is a long one, so get ready for this. Sort of. It's not like a special ending with Millicent, but like it's a pretty good one. I liked it. Millicent, she is the offspring of Millennia, and she's like I don't know. She's like a tumor. And how do I explain it? She's like a daughter that Millennia didn't even want, you know? And she has sisters as well. But see, the thing is, they're like, there was a specific term for them. I can't remember what it was. But pretty much, it was so like, they didn't know if like they were, it was like, I'm Millennia's daughter, or I could be her sister or mother. It was like that. Something like that. And we find her in the church. And she's all banged up and all horrible. She's in a horrible condition. And so we help her out because this sorcerer named Gowry, he's like, oh, you should really help her out in her journey, you know? And so he's like, there's scarlet rot in her, and the only way we can stop that is just like if you use like a golden needle. And I'm trying to remember. You find the golden. You gotta find the golden needle in the swamp of Aeonia, and a commander O'Neill, I believe, whichever one. You gotta kill him, and then you get the golden needle, and then you tell Millicent when you get back to her. You tell her to insert the needle inside of herself, and she's like, "Wait, are you sure?" And it's just like, "All right, we're gonna do it." And so when she does, she just passes out, and then when you reload the area again, she's pretty much up on her feet, and you can get a better glimpse at her. I mean, she pretty much pulls her hair back in a ponytail type, and into a ponytail. You can see her eyes clearly, and you can also notice that she's missing her right arm, I believe, a little messed up, probably and most likely from the scarlet rot. Yes. I mean, because she was in Caelid in the church. I mean, this is Caelid we're talking about. That land is forsaken pretty much because of Millennia. Because Millennia is the scarlet god. Or the god of scarlet rot. It's horrible. I'm getting off topic again. I'm sorry. And pretty much she begins her quest, her story. And that's when, we start helping her out. So you just gotta get lucky when you bump into her. Now, we find her again in the land of gold, or like pretty much the area around Landell, the Golden Lands, I like to call it. And she's like, she doesn't know how to like ever repay us, and she can't really defend herself because look, she only has one arm. So eventually, we go into this fort that's in like some kind of a poison swamp area, and in that area, we find a piece of like a medallion. Or no. We find a dude that we gotta kill there, but that's unrelated. In one of the chests, blocked by a royal guard, in the chest is like a Valkyrie prosthetic. And we give it to Millicent, and what do you know? She now has a battling arm, and she's just like, alright, I'll be sure to put this to use. And then you think that's the last time you see her, but no, guess what? Since she has that arm now she can aid you in combat, and that's pretty cool. And so, for example, when you go to like, I don't know, the windmill village, with those crazy dancing ladies, the witch trials, the Salem witch trials. It's horrible. Pretty much when you make it to the top, there's like a Godskin duo, or there's a Godskin apostle there, but you can summon Millicent, and she helps you in battle. And her moveset is pretty good, pretty impressive. And then after the battle, when you talk to her again, she's just like, I want to thank you again for giving me this arm. And that was a close call, The only way there's no other way I can express my gratitude to you is but like help aid you in battle. So whenever you're in trouble, please call me. And then sooner or later, she pretty much helps you in most of like the mid area boss fights that you encounter. Like, I'm serious. Like, wherever you are, like in the area of Lando and or other places, I believe, she's there to help you. But eventually, you make it to the Haley Tree, and she's there too. You know, she's like, oh, and make sure you're like updating Gowry. You know, telling him what's happening. And then eventually, she's in like the Haley Tree, and she's like, "Hi there. I didn't know you would be here too. There's something special I gotta do here. Something I gotta do. You know." And eventually, when you talk to Gowry again, he reveals his true intentions. You know, he's like, Melania, or like Millicent, she has the potential, like her prowess, her strength, and her determination. Those key factors makes up like how she could become like a Scarlet Valkyrie. She could be reborn as one, but in order to do that, she has to bloom into like some kind of flower, and for that to happen, we need to like kill her, and our betrayal to her would cause her to bloom. You know. And Dowie would be impressed or be happy because now his dream would be fulfilled. However, and that's pretty much like, I believe when we're getting to like the midway checkpoint to like reaching Melania, there's like an area that you can go to. It's a little like isolated parts, and there's like a magma and there's like a Scarlet Rock beast there. Those giant worm things, the Erd Tree Protectors. I don't know their names. They're like snakes or Tsuchinokos with arms that are blind and covered in roots, and it's trying to kill you. No, so honestly, I'd say kill that first and then help Millicent, because I don't want that thing running all over the place. Shoot. And so obviously you have an option. You can either betray Millicent or you can help Millicent. I did not betray her because I liked her too much, so I decided to aid her. And pretty much when you aid her, you pretty much help her kill her other 4 sisters, you know? And it's because of like her strength and her determination is she able to best them, alongside with our help too. If you had not seen my stream, I'm telling you right now, I killed 2 of them. And she killed 2, so yeah. But pretty much after we kill the sisters, we can find her again in our world, and she's just by like the edge. She's all like tired and worn out. She's like, it's you again. I see. And she tells you the truth. She's just like, look, I hate to do this. I hate to tell you this, but like I took out the golden needle, and then she's just apparently she figured it out all by herself. And she's like, tell the person whoever put you up to this that I'm not gonna become one of those. I'm not gonna let you reincarnate me as this thing, cause I don't want to turn into something where I won't be myself anymore. And she's just like thanking you even more. It's just heartbreaking, you know. And then in her final moments, she's just like, please, I need you to get out of here. I don't want to spread my scarlet rot to you, you know, because she took out the needle, the scarlet rot is just writhing inside of her. So it's just horrible. Like, we can't be there for her final moments. So that's really the only thing we can do. And then if you reload the area again and then go back, she's just there. She's just completely dead. And the scarlet rot has taken complete control of her body, or just covered her entire body. And she'll become nothing more of like a pile of mush or whatever that she mentioned. And then if you go back to Gowry, he's just devastated. Like he has mixed emotions. She's just like, oh, Millicent, how could you do this to us? Like, how could you do this to us? You would have been turned into something great. You could have been a god, or like the hand of God, or like a disciple of God, something like that. He's just like, how could you abandon us? Why would you abandon us? Like how your mother, or like how Melania and your sisters abandoned you. And he's so distraught. And then you have the option to kill him there too. I mean, and all I can really say is, why wouldn't you not want to kill him? Because he manipulated you. That's messed up. Millicent, you're getting an S. Because I shed some tears there, and I had emotions for her, and I was very heartbroken. Okay, last one. We're almost done, guys. Millennia. Blade of Mikola. No, we're not rating her yet. No, we're not rating her yet. No, stop. Okay. We're gonna move her in a second, alright? When we make up our mind. Alright, Millennia. I'm pretty sure she's that one boss that everybody hates. Apart from the guy known as Let Me Solo Her. Who is that guy? I mean, whoever he is. Look, Millennia, she has to be the hardest boss you're ever going to encounter in this game. That one, unless you're on New Game Plus with other bosses. But like, the other bosses, there are tactics to them. Her, it's just, there's only one tactic. Get good or die. Or, no, there's only one thing you can do. Is get good and memorize her attack pattern. Because it gets annoying. She has a combination of many attacks that can be avoided. But here's the thing. Every time she attacks you, every time she gets a hit on you, she has like that vampire effect, you know? The vampiric attack, you know? Because like every time she hits you, she gets health back. And I'm like, what the heck? I'm like, and I'm just, when I fought her for the first time, I was just sitting there like, there has to be like some kind of special item that you can use against it. And like when I learned the truth like that, there was none. I was like, this is gonna take a while. And I cannot tell you how many times I died to her. I mean, shoot, I thought phase 1 was horrible. But if I was thinking that, what I didn't know was that, like, well, I sensed it coming. I sensed a stay. Yeah, I can't even speak. I'm so agitated already. Hang on. Okay. I was so frustrated by the way how many attempts it took me just to get past phase 1. And just when I got past phase 1, there was a phase 2, and phase 2 was even worse. I mean, she loses the armor, okay, but she lost it for like speed, so she was even quicker in her attacks, and like she made it so like I couldn't even attack her at all, something like that. And it was because of how fast she was going, because she was relentless. She was just like laying down attacks on you, just like non-stop, giving you no window of opportunity. Some attacks it does, but like you just gotta get lucky on which one she uses, because like the moves she uses, they get even more. They're like the attacks she uses in phase 1, but even more advanced and more dangerous, with a combination of Scarlet Rot too. So you gotta be careful, because that's horrible. And like, I'm like, after you beat her, like that feeling is just incredible when you beat her. And it's, oh man. But look, overall, she is the hardest boss. But you know what? I can respect her for that, because that was pretty much a challenge. I'll respect her for that. So that's why she gets an A. Or maybe an A. No, she does not. She does not earn. The highest I'll go for her is an A. Because of the challenge, the attack patterns, and like the phase 2. Or maybe I should drop her down to a B. Yeah, I think a B is right. Or no, maybe an A. Hang on, I'm thinking. Maybe a B. Yeah, no, okay, yeah. She gets to be an A, you know? She gets to be an A. Okay. Wow. This was a long video. I'm gonna have a lot to edit. Well, there you have it. The Elden Ring Waifu tier list. Yeah, that's right. I did it. You happy now? I'm sure you're happy. Thank you all for watching this video. Again, do be sure to leave a comment down below, subscribe, and like it. Let me know your thoughts. please share this with other people. And please, if you're new, do subscribe. Because, like, I pretty much just abandoned what dignity I had left making this video. Yeah. Now if you excuse me, I'm gonna go see if I can edit this video or something. I don't know. I'm gonna do something, don't worry. This is gonna be a long video to edit. Oh god. Oh jeez. Okay. See you for more videos. But don't expect me to do any more waifu tier lists. Unless something happens. I don't know. Or any other tier list in general. Just, yeah, I'm done. See you later.